Well, today I'm at Ferrybridge and I'm just parked in the square at Ferrybridge, and there you can see the old A1 road. If I just turn around, there you can see the River Aire. So I just come from the car across this little park, and there's a gate here, a little gate. Let's go through it. There you have the new bridge over the river, and there you have the old A1 bridge. It's a noisy place, lots of traffic. There are three parts to the Ferrybridge complex. There's the right bank, which I'm standing on now, the left bank of the River Aire, and about half a mile down the right bank there are two lakes, Ferrybridge 1 and Ferrybridge 2. So let's just start on this left bank. There isn't very much of it. All the way along here are boards for tying up boats. So there is the Ferrybridge lock into the canal. The River Aire goes down the left hand side. There you can see the new bridge and the old bridge. This is the Leeds DASA length at Ferrybridge on the right bank. It starts there at the top. Well, that's where those signals are, and it goes down behind the pub to a green buddleia bush there, just on that little dog leg. So it's just that little short length from the new bridge down to the dog leg. We just have a look at it from the other end, from the bush looking back upwards. And the fishing stops. The bottom limit is on this corner here, just by this buddleia bush. It says on the wall behind me there. Below this there is no fishing. I posted an earlier video, I want to delete it. There was a massive mistake at the beginning. Because this bit, which I thought was Leeds DASA, isn't. It belongs to another angling club, this little stretch here. They have 5 pegs on there. So Leeds DASA is just this little strip here. So to get to the left bank, we've got to go up here and over the old road bridge. You can't drive over it. We're just coming over the old road bridge. It's a substantial structure considering it was built for stagecoaches. There you can see it was built or designed by John Carr Esquire of York. He was the architect in 1797. On my left it goes to Ferry Bridge, and on my right it goes to Brotherton. This is the River Aire upstream of the old bridge. I just come across the bridge, and on the right hand side there's an opening which takes you under the new bridge. The footpath continues down here towards Ferrybridge Lakes. It's now 11:15, so I'll see how long it takes me to walk down to Ferrybridge Lakes from here. They've obviously been down here spraying this giant hogweed. It's a dangerous plant. It makes your skin very sensitive to ultraviolet light, causing severe blisters, which can last for months. Almost all of this length is, the river is inaccessible. These giant willows overhanging the water by about 20 feet. Every now and then you can just come across a little gap. There's one here. You just come across another one here. Wander down and just have a look at it. Without falling on my backside. So this is the first reasonably open peg I've come to. It's a big river. Lots of bird song. But this peg is well used. Back up there for the footpath. Just come down about another 30 yards, there's another access point. The footpath is very well used, obviously by walkers with their dogs. Lots of evidence of dogs about, and it's flat, so if you wheeling a barrow along here, would be no problems at all. And just as I'm approaching Ferrybridge Lake, there's obviously an access point down through there. There's a fight your way through this Himalayan balsam, which is about half height at the moment. Well, this is my first view of Ferrybridge Lake number 1. The last time I was down here was 2005 in the winter time, and the willows all the way down the left bank of the river were absolutely heaving with rubbish. Car wheels, footballs, every bit of junk you could think of. Whereas now it's May time or summertime, 2022. You can't see any of it at all. Anyway, there are a couple of fellows fishing here. At least I've got a book. So this is the weir at Ferrybridge Lakes. This is the weir on the River Aire. The lake's on my right. There's obviously a salmon ladder over there. It's obvious that people come down here. Just this sort of little sandy bit and fish into the weir pole. But it's not on the Leeds book. I don't know who has it. Might be difficult to read because we're facing into the sun. But this is the new Nottingham hydro power scheme. So we've got fish pass entrance, fish pass exit. River Lamprey. We also have an eel pass. There's a photograph of the complex, and there you can see Ferrybridge number 1 lake and Ferrybridge number 2 lake. Very good. So they're obviously giving this hydro power some publicity welly. It was commissioned in October 2017. It's quite interesting to read, actually. Green electricity for 1,000 homes. So it's taken me 20 minutes to walk down here. This is Ferrybridge Lake number 2, and I'm between the lake and the river. And I'm going to make my way back up to Ferrybridge number 1 lake. I'll just come down to this little peg here, concrete platform and a yellow marker. That's a marker. It's a pile of rubbish, a box, together with all sorts of other bits and pieces. Beer cans strewn all over the place. Somebody's smashed their shovel off and just left it stuck in a bank here, and the handle's down there. Oh, it's a lovely peaceful place. It's just a pity it's so difficult to get to. And there you can see the bottom end of the lake. Now, a little platform here. I'll wander down. Again, rubbish everywhere. Red bull. Here you can see the whole extent of the lake. I'll just have a wander around the other side. So just coming along the sort of landward side of lake number 2, see what access there is down here. This peg here is quite steep. Much more steep than the ones on the other side. Here's a second one, about another 30 yards further on again. It's very steep. And there's a much more spacious one here. Obviously very well used. This is a little causeway across between lake number 1 on my left and lake number 2, which is on my right. So I'll just have a wander up here and have a look at lake number 1 with the sun behind me. So this is the bottom end next to the causeway. It's looking up lake number 1. I don't know where all the rubbish comes from, but this is a pile of plastic bottles. There's a great big swan stood up in front of me on this peg. And I really would like to be on there. This is the top end of the lake number 1. And that's looking up the lake, and that swan's decided to take to the water. I suspect with him being on his own and reluctant to move, I suspect there's a swan's nest somewhere around in these reeds. He keeps calling. He's obviously calling sort of an alarm call. Anyway, on the other side of Ferrybridge number 1 lake seems to be what is a fridge freezer lying on the bank. Whether it's come down in the river or what, I don't know. It's a real eyesore. Well, there's 2 young chaps fishing down here, and neither of them had a Leeds book, but they do have the Environment Agency fishing licence. And they, and it would seem all their friends, they are from Hungary, these two young blokes. They've been told that this is free fishing. They weren't bolshy at all. They were very pleasant about it. And quite upset to think that they'd been breaking the rules. Anyway, he took a photograph of the Leeds DASA page from the book, and hopefully they will both join. But in fairness to them, I haven't seen a Leeds DASA sign anywhere, either on the river, both banks, nor on the lakes down here. There is nothing to indicate that it is Leeds DASA private fishing. Hopefully that will be rectified. Anyway, back to the car and up to Sandbath Lake at Church Fenton, which is about 10 miles away from here. Well, I'm almost back at the car, and it's 25 to 1. So Ferrybridge Lakes, there's a lot of potential there, but it needs a lot of work. And the great pity is that we don't have vehicular access to it. There is a lane that comes down from Sutton Village, Marsh Lane, but I understand the landowner is some electricity board and they have refused permission, which is a great pity.